Hey there guys, it's Josh. Welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Last episode we cleared the Shadow Temple, defeated Bongo Bongo. I don't know why, it has to be because of the drums. And in this episode, we're gonna get some pieces of heart. There is, no joke, oh dear. I messed up. You want it to be nighttime as a kid. There's 5 pieces of heart we could get right now. We could have gotten several earlier, but I didn't think about it, being honest here. But there's 5 we can get now. 3 as a child, 2 as an adult. One of them is because since now you have the Lens of Truth, you want to go to the treasure box shop. And what the main thing about this game, if I can open the door, is that you have to guess which one the key is in. But if you use the Lens of Truth, you can see through the chest and see what you're going to get before you actually open it, so you don't just get the wrong one. It is possible to do this without the Lens of Truth. It's all up to luck. There's no like set pattern, so you can't just cheese it either. Well, this is cheesing it. It even says on the sign like don't use any sort of magical stuff, but you never get caught using it, so you don't ever have to worry about it. And if you really want to play for the red rupees, you could. Because you could grab the red rupee and make 10 rupees, but there's just easier ways to do it. But you could. This is what you're really after. Not a while has the theatrics. This is going to be a piece of heart. 1 of 4 to complete another heart container. So the only bad part about this is that you have to go through all this again. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to meet you back at Zora's Domain. I remember early on in the playthrough, we had to play songs for some frogs. We didn't have all the songs, but now we do. I will meet you at Zora's Domain next to those frogs. I'll see you then. Alrighty. So, now that we're here at the trees that happen to fall over, this is where the frogs are at. Now, before I open up, frogs looking at, yes I know. I'm trying to think what songs I had. I know I had Zelda's Lullaby, Suri's Song, Sun's Song. I don't think I had the Song of Time or Song of Storms. But, if you play the Song of Storms, you're going to immediately just get a piece of heart from them. It's easy as that. Instead of a frog growing bigger, they just give you a piece of heart immediately. Easy peasy. Now, this one's a little more tricky. Let's see. And you may think, oh, just playing the Ocarina, the Song of Time, oh, that's difficult. But no. After this, you have to play a frog minigame, where there will be butterflies, bugs, above their head. Now, with this minigame, it's tough. Because you have your time, so you can't just like, ooh, what do I do? Each frog is keyed to a different button. So like the C down, C up, C down, left, and C right. And the A button, each frog is keyed to a different one. And so it's hard for me to explain, but that's basically what it is. There'll be a bug above their head. You have to hit the proper key. So let's say the blue one on the bottom left is mapped to the A button. If there's a frog up there, press the A button. If the red one is mapped to C up, you press the C up button. And the thing is, though, you probably weren't paying attention to what frog is with what key. So, I wrote down exactly what I have to do. So, you're going to hit A, and when I say left, right, up, down, it'll be the C button. So, A, left, right, down, A, down, right, left, A. I'm not freaking joking. Now, let's do it. There we go. Now, I have never done that on my own. I don't see why you would. If you could just look up the keys, it's just so much easier. You get stressed out and frustrated. It's like, ugh. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to meet you at Kakariko Village, the graveyard, as an adult. And I will see you guys then. Alrighty, so now that we're back in the Kakariko Village graveyard, where we got the hookshot originally, Dampy's grave site, You're going to want to go back in there after you finish the water temple and after you have the long shot. I guess you don't really technically have to finish the water temple. But you have to have the long shot. I don't know if you can do this otherwise, because I think I recall on this Let's Play doing this race a second time and didn't get anything. Or I did it in the time constraint, but it didn't count because I needed to finish it at least once. I couldn't tell you. I've done it, but I've done it before with the hook shot. The whole point of this is you have to complete this. But before I forget, I recommend having the long shot on standby. You have to complete this race in under a minute, which isn't. It isn't tough. It's just. I was just like, oh, I swear. It isn't tough. It's just. The trick to it isn't running up the steps, even though I think I did it anyway. What you want to do is next to the door, the last door, you want to hook shot to this. Oh, there we go. And when you do it under a minute, he'll be like, wow, you did pretty good. And you get a piece of heart. That's the 4th one. Now we have 18 full heart containers. Now the last one is not too out of the way, but I'll meet you in the middle of Hyrule Field, kind of like in front of Lon Lon Ranch. I'll see you then. Alright guys, I'm back. So, you see I'm on the map, I'm kind of at the corner right over here. You want to come over to this tree, this single tree. And you want to grab your bombs and blow up a hole. And down this hole, this little rabbit hole, you want to go down, and you already saw it, so I guess we're not really fooling anybody here. Put on your iron boots, you don't have to put on the blue tunic, we're not going to be down here that long. Grab the piece of heart. There we go. Now we only have, because we have one more dungeon to complete, which is already a full heart container, and then 3 more pieces of heart. But that is all the heart containers we can get at the moment. That's everything. So, let's go to the Gerudo Valley. It's been a long time coming. It's the only area in the entire game we have not explored that much. We've gotten past the bridge, but that's it. We haven't gone to anywhere beyond that. And that's what makes it interesting. This area is where Ganondorf, the King of Evil, was born. One man every, I think it's, I want to say 100 years, because I think 1,000 is too much. So they're born a man one every 100 years. However that happens, I have no idea. Maybe one lady goes out and fools around for a little bit. It's the drunken lady every 100 years. I don't know. But don't forget, you can use the long shot to grab onto the posts above the bridges, or you can just use Epona. If you go in here, it's really cool. You can talk to the running man. I always think that's really cool. The running man's here just resting. Later on, I don't know what it is. I think it's after you beat the last dungeon. You could talk to him and race him to I think it's Kokiri Forest, I want to say. But it's impossible to beat him. You will always lose by a second, no matter what. There's people that have hacked the game to get there in no time at all, literally 0. But you still lose. It's impossible. You can't. It's the whole point. So now we're at Gerudo Fortress. Oh, I'll be honest, I didn't know that. I thought you would hookshot to that. I like that. That's cool. So Gerudo Fortress. Now, as far as I'm aware, we just have to save a couple of people. And hi, how you doing? Oh! Don't mind the hookshot in my hand. Any normal person would have broken bones. Stupid kid, get in there and keep quiet. Alright, so, we're in prison. I don't know how they expect to bust us out, but I know how we're gonna bust ourselves out. Now, this place is kind of like a little bit of a maze, quote-unquote. There's 4 carpenters you have to save. You have to save them all, it's required. You can shoot the Gerudo sisters, the thieves, the guards, and they will get stunned for a brief period of time. Well, look, I already found one guy. That was easy. I have no idea where you come from, but you must have a lot of guts to make it past all the guards around here. Just the one? Well, I'll just say it was a lot. All my fellow carpenters are imprisoned somewhere in here. If you can get us out of here, we'll repay the favor somehow. But be careful, there are sure to be Gerudo guards around here somewhere. Ooh, watch out! And we have the Gerudo thief. You want to be careful for this chick, because there's an attack that she has. She'll like stand in place and like charge. Let's see if I can make it happen, but dodge. If you get hit by a certain charged attack, you'll go back in prison. Oh, cool. She got hit by the arrow. So you just want to make sure to go through her defenses. She's not too hard. She just blocks and dodges. It's not like Shadow Link where she'll attack you. But I always like to be cinematic. And if you defeat her, you get a small key for this door. Do you come here to save me? Oh, that's just swell. I'm Ochiro, the carpenter. We were really interested in joining the all-female group. All-female group. But they locked us up just because we're men. Because we tried to join an all-female group. We don't care about the Gerudo anymore. They're so rude. 3 of my fellows have also been I've also been captured, so please help them escape too. I didn't know they called them fellows. There it is. Yeah, that's one of the carpenters. You just want to be careful not to get caught by the Gerudos, because you will go back into prison. And it's not very pretty. You want to make use of the Z targeting a lot. Because, like right now, if she was facing me, she couldn't see me. I'm too far. But if I was maybe right here, she could see me.